It would be truly unfortunate if, for a certain segment of the American viewing audience, the younger segment, that is, Robin Williams was simply the guy in the Snickers ad playing the coach who needed his blood sugar raised. That doesn't really do this compulsively, prodigiously inventive talent's resume justice. And for a long, long time, in the 80s and the 90s particularly, Williams was ubiquitous. He was everywhere. He proved himself over and over as a bankable star of all kinds of comedy. He proved himself a surprisingly seasoned and broad-ranged dramatic actor. He won his only Oscar for the Best Supporting Actor, 1989, for Good Will Hunting. And the films I think he's best remembered for, and may always be best remembered for, are a certain streak of comedies he made in the 80s and early 90s where he had full range for his comic chops, something like Good Morning Vietnam. But underneath this manic exterior, you got a really sincere and often very troubled glimpse at something that was really bugging, eating at the characters he's played. And I think that kind of dichotomy, that bittersweet quality, really came very easily to Williams. And behind that famous quick grin he gave us so often in so many parts, there was that kind of moment where it curdled on his face, a kind of dying fall, where something, an undertow of sadness, kind of pulls the character down again. And it gave a lot of his work a real undertow of sadness. Williams' biggest hits included projects like Mrs. Doubtfire, but I prefer the Williams of something like Moscow on the Hudson, where you saw an actor who was fantastically good at all kinds of, physical comedy, dialect humor, things like that. But he really was able in a project like that to kind of bring it out in a more character-based way. And that's a film that it's not, I don't know if it's a classic, but I do know that the performance in it is wonderful and very warm. And it's sad to think that we won't get any more performances of that caliber from him. I'm Michael Phillips.